Have you ever applied a soft gel tip and then a few days later it popped right off? You are not by yourself. A lot of times it's not the products that you use, but it's the mistakes that you make during application with soft gel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you some of the most common soft gel mistakes beginners make. But before we get into today's video, it's time for our comment shout outs from my last video. I picked 3 of you guys' comments to feature in today's video. Let's get them out. My first comment shout out goes to Diana Marguerite. I hope I pronounced that right. If I didn't, I apologize. Such a beautiful comment. And I feel like this comment is for all moms out there, just to be gentle with ourselves a little bit more. Thank you so much for your thoughtful comment. Next comment goes to Rhonda Rowe 8561. She gave me some tips on foil because I needed them real bad in my last video. I'm definitely going to try this so I can get the foils down because yeah, I was struggling. And the last comment goes to Chubby's Toy Box. Thank you guys so much for watching the video and leaving a comment. And if you want a chance to be featured in the next video, make sure you leave a comment down below. I love reading them and I will be picking a few every week for shout outs. Thank you guys for being a part of this little nail community we have here. All right, so the first mistake beginners make happens before the nail tip even goes on. It is prepping. First thing you want to do is push back your cuticles and remove any skin that's sitting on the nail plate, especially around the cuticle. A lot of beginners don't realize that the thin layer of skin around the cuticle can actually prevent the gel from bonding to the nail. To get the dead skin off, I am just using the opposite end of a cuticle pisher. Some people use their drill to remove the skin from their nails. I try not to use a drill too much on my natural nail since I do my nails a lot for content. So I am just using the opposite end of this cuticle pusher. After that, you want to lightly buff the surface of the nail to remove its shine, the natural shine. Some people use a sanding band with a drill to do this, but like I said, I try not to use a drill too much on my natural nail since I do my nails so much. So I am just using a low grit file and lightly filing my natural nail. It's always good to dehydrate the nail to remove any oils from the nail plate. You can use dehydrator or you can just use alcohol. I'm using Swipe by Young Nails. It has alcohol in it and it's going to make my nail look nice and ashy. That's how we know it is dehydrated. And then we're going to apply 1 coat of primer. This helps with bonding the tip to your nail. Now this part is optional if you like to change up your nail set like I do all of the time. And since I do nail content, I'm never leaving a nail set on for too long. So I apply 1 coat of this Jello peel off base coat. I actually love using this Jello way more than any other peel off base coat that I've ever used before. So get the Jello. And the 1 Kill Gel Remover. It gets the nails off so easily without any damage to your natural nail. Perfect for any beginner that's practicing on themselves. And I'm going to go ahead and flash cure that for about 30 seconds. All of these steps help create a clean surface for the gel to grip onto. If there's oil, moisture, or skin left on the nail, the gel is basically sticking to that instead of your nail. And that's when lifting starts to happen. Mistake number 2 is not fitting the soft gel nail properly to your natural nail. I have personally made this mistake a couple times. Your tip should fit from sidewall to sidewall without forcing it. So see right here, on this side, I don't have any of my natural nails showing on the side. And then on the other side, same thing. The tip covers my whole natural nail. If the tip is too small, it's going to put pressure on the natural nail and cause lifting. If the tip is too big, you'll have gaps along the sides and you don't want that. Those gaps can allow air or moisture to get underneath the nail. So what you want to do is make sure the tip fits perfectly. If it's slightly too big and you do not have any other size that you can go to, you can customize the tip to your liking by filing the sides of the tip or filing around the cuticle area. Getting the right size tip is really important because a properly fitted tip creates a better seal and helps the nails last a lot longer. Mistake number 3 is not filing the inside of the nail tip. Luckily, the nail tips that I have here, these are by BTR Box. box, they already came pre-etched. And a lot of tips do come pre-etched, but if they do not, the inside of the tip can be too smooth. And when the surface is too smooth, the gel doesn't have much to grip onto. So if yours is not pre-etched, what you want to do is lightly file the inside of the tip with a nail drill to create a rougher surface, which gives the gel something to hold on to. That texture can help the gel adhere better, which can help your nails last a lot longer too. I also like to put 1 coat of primer on the inside of the tip. A little primer doesn't hurt. Mistake number 4 is using too much or too little nail glue. Here I'm going to be using some of BT Art Box's solid gel glue, which I feel like solid gel is a lot more beginner friendly, and you'll see why in a minute. Too much gel can make the application look really messy. Not only that, but when the gel seeps out onto your skin, it cures like that. That can cause lifting too. It pretty much takes practice to know the exact amount of glue to put. I would recommend when applying the tip, go ahead and put it down at a 45-degree angle and then slowly press it down until the gel reaches your natural nail, and then stop pressing once that gel reaches the edge of your natural nail. If you see you have too much gel or too little, you can easily just take the nail off and start over again. Don't cure it if you see too many bubbles or if you have too much gel seeping out on the sides. And this is the reason why I like using solid gel, is because you don't have to hold on to the nail while you're curing it or while you're applying it. You can let the nail go and you won't have any bubbles. The nail kind of stays in place. The goal is to use just enough gel to cover the inside of the tip so that when you press it down, the gel spreads evenly without flooding the cuticle. Mistake number 5. Now this one is something that I recently just started doing. Applying the nail tip too close to the cuticle and not adding an extra layer for structure. You want the nail to sit very close to the cuticle area, but it shouldn't actually touch the skin. If the gel touches the skin, it can cause lifting as the nail grows out. Leaving a tiny bit of space allows the nail to grow naturally without breaking the seal. So I like to leave just about that much space in between the cuticle and the nail tip when applying the nails. And then if the nail is not so seamless around the cuticle area and you have a big bulge there, I just like to file down the nail, only the nail tip, not your natural nail though, just to file down that area to make it seamless. And then you also might as well go ahead and buff out the rest of the nail. So I'm just going to file the rest of the nail too. And even though these nails are already pre-shaped, I just like to go ahead and sharpen the shape a little bit. It doesn't hurt. So now we're going to add a little bit more structure to our nail. So we're not going to leave that gap there. We're actually going to fill it in with some builder gel. This helps add strength and structure to the nail so it doesn't bend or break as easily. The extra layer could make a huge difference in durability, especially if you want your nails to last like beyond 3 weeks. With the builder gel, all I'm doing is taking like a glob of the builder gel and lightly pushing it up towards that gap to fill in that gap area. And then I just coat the rest of the nail with the builder gel. After applying the builder gel, before curing, I'm just gonna flip my nail upside down to let it self-level just a little bit. And then I'm gonna cure for about 30 seconds. And this is how it looks around the cuticle area. Seamless. You won't even be able to tell that the nail tip is applied slightly lower on the nail. And after that, you can wash your hands if you want to, wipe down the nail with some alcohol, and go ahead and put your nail design on top. So if your soft gel nails have ever lifted or popped off after a few days, there's a good chance one of these mistakes might be the reasons why. And I'm telling you guys, I have made all of these mistakes before, so you are not by yourself. I am learning as I go. I'm still learning. So if you have made one of these mistakes, let me know in the comments down below. And also, if there's anything I've missed and you guys would like to share, let me know down in the comments down below as well. I would love to create just like a learning community in the comments, not just people learning from me, but also learning from each other. I love that because that's basically how I learned. I learned online, reading people's comments and also watching other creators' videos. So definitely comment if you have anything that you would like to add to help somebody else out or to help me out as well. If you enjoyed this video and you watched this far, you might as well go ahead and like and subscribe. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.